Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ready Set Pop. My name is Mariel and I'm greeting you from Mexico City. And I'm joined here by my two beautiful co-hosts, all the way from Brazil, Luquita Sabachi, and all the way from Colombia, Mauricio Sierra. Welcome, everybody, and hello, boys.
Hello, Mariel. Hello, Mal.
How are you, friends?
Good. How are you? You look
I'm
excited.
Good,
yes, I'm excited. I'm excited tonight.
Oh, good to know.
good. We are so happy to have all of you here tonight with another episode of Ready Set Pop. Tonight's episode was a topic I chose, so it's gonna be all about the 25 years of the release of Forever by the Spice Girls. So, can you imagine it's been 25 years? Me neither. So, we are going to talk about, songs that we love, songs we don't like, songs we wish were singles, how do we feel about the girls' looks, all about that era. So, I hope you all are ready for this new episode. Right, Luquitas?
Yeah, we are ready, set, and pop.
And pop, yes. Okay, so let's just. Do you have your album in hand, Luquitas? Because I only have the
I
Spice
do.
Girls single, uh, the Goodbye single.
Goodbye.
I
Yeah,
don't
the
have
album is
the
here.
album.
It's here in me. Brazilian
Okay.
edition that has nothing different than any other, but it's here.
Okay, perfect. I know that Mao is not a huge fan of the Spice Girls, so I want to begin this episode asking Mao, how did you feel about this era of the Spice Girls? Because we know they changed not only in members, they were no longer a quintet; they were four-piece girl group, and they changed their looks, they changed their images, and even their songs were different. How do you perceive this change, Mao?
Well, Mario, thank you. I think it's interesting because this album is an album that I had on hold all time. Like I know they were trying to make a more urban destiny in this album, like a more urban direction. So this album was on hold for me a long time. Like I was like, oh, I have to listen to this album over and over again till the moment that we begin our friendship. I decided like, oh, okay, it's time, like it's the moment to listen to the album completely and to know what was happening in that moment. And I think it was a very good move from them. I love Dark Child as a producer. Of course, the work that he did with Brandy, I love it. So I already knew that a lot of these kind of ingredients and elements were present in this album. So I was like very curious to know what happened. Okay, like because for me the Spice Girls, of course, were all the time very pop, like this kind of pop, very UK pop, like Britpop, this kind of thing. And it's interesting to listen a girl group like them making this kind of R&B flavor, like more US American in comparison to the previous album. So for me, it was like a
Mm-hmm.
total journey and very interesting. So yes.
And you, Luquitas, how did you feel because I know you have been following them forever. Do you,
Uh,
hey, can you hear me?
yeah, it was frozen, but I think it's back now. Say something. Say something.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. It's just that my internet is happening something at this moment, But anyway, I was gonna ask you, Luquitas. You've been a fan for them forever. So,
Yeah.
how was it for you seeing them doing this makeover in their image?
Yeah. As a
Were you
kid,
pleased with it?
I don't think I really understood, the what was going on, because I remember being very confusing, seeing like the solo singles on MTV and everything that was going on in between. So when Holler was released, for me was not a shock like the song, because the sound was very similar to other things on radio. So I didn't really connect the fact of the Spice Girls were from UK. I was a kid, so I wasn't that
Mhm.
aware of everything. But I remember being very obsessed with Holler since the very beginning. And
Mhm.
uh, when I was growing up, that I understand more about it, for me was amazing, because I do love that type of crossovers, like seeing people from other countries in the 2000s making more US sound, like we mentioned here a
Mhm.
thousand times, like Talia with I Want To, and other songs like Sarah Connor with Bounce. I do love that. I think
Mhm.
it's really cool to see that movement. Um, so I really love that we have this album. I think it's like with so many artists, we can only imagine how would be if they worked with this, how would be if they worked with that. And with the Spice Girls, we actually have an album produced by Dark Child, so we don't have to imagine. And I think he
Mhm.
made like a great job with the girls, especially when it comes to vocals, because I think he pushed the girls more, especially Emma. I was listening today and paying attention again that she makes some notes and some things with her voice that you cannot hear in the other albums. It's more risky vocally for all of them, but for me, especially Emma shines on that, because in Dark Child Productions, it was very common to have a lot of uh, backing vocals on the tracks. Like for example, Tony Braxton, he wasn't man
Mhm.
enough. The chorus is pure backing vocals, and she's singing other stuff. And with the Spicy Girls, we have the girls making the chorus every time. So it's a different way to
Mhm.
blend their voices. So for me, it's really special. That album I really like.
Oh, great. I remember being a little mad at them because they changed their looks, especially with Melanie C, because she's my favorite.
Hmm.
And when I saw her with the short hair, blonde short hair, and wearing no makeup, all the girls no wearing no makeup, looking so simple, I was like, why are they changing like that? Because I always saw them in their videos like very dressed up and the makeup and being flawless and stuff. And for me, it was like, why are they looking like this? But then when I heard Goodbye, I was like, okay. But then Holler came, and I was like, oh, okay, I forgive them for doing this change because I fell in love with Holler. But at the beginning, I was like, no, they shouldn't change. If you actually look at them in the Goodbye single, they look so simple, right? Like so natural. And I was like
Yeah.
used to see the girls looking more fashion, more produced. But it's okay, like you mentioned, a crossover is always good, and always changing in your image, in your personal image, is always good too, because you get to show people other sides of you and not only the diva sides. So I don't know, like for me it was a bit uh I was a bit mad at the beginning, but then now that I'm older, I think about it and I'm like, okay, yeah, they were trying to change and give another
Yeah.
image to the world.
It's funny because uh, I
Notice.
didn't realize the change so much as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was really normal because it was a time that from era to era, artists used to change a lot. So I think it was not a
Mm-hmm.
shock for me in that way. Is interesting to know how that impacts you, because you are used to see like Emma as a baby, Spice, and the characters, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more like the characters. That's the word.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I want to ask you, Mousy Mumu, let's go talk about your favorite single from the album. They have three. Let's remember that were Goodbye, Holler, and Let Love Lead the Way. Those were the official three singles. And now, Mao, I want you to tell us which one is your favorite and why.
Okay. Before answering your question, Mariel, I want to make a little intervention about the looks because I was in
Mm-hmm.
trouble the other day commenting in one of Mel B's um, videos or something. I was saying something like she was copying Aaliyah or something like that. Like Aaliyah was the first, and I discovered like no, it was not true. Aaliyah was not the first. But I think the look of Mel
Mm-hmm.
B was so inspired that kind of artist. I'm not saying Aaliyah, but I'm saying maybe TLC and this kind of vibe, and it's very valid because I don't like her so much, but I have to say that she's an R&B singer at the end. So yes, I want to recognize that because it was very common to use this kind of leather stuff, like these leather outfits and gowns and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So, and it was very
Mm-hmm.
common in the R&B world, like for Aaliyah, for TLC, Left Eye. You can see Left Eye wearing this kind of stuff. So yes, and answering about your question. I think it's very obvious, but Holler for me, and I think the three of us are agree with that. It's an amazing song, and for me, it's the best single. Because in comparison to the other, I think the other fall in comparison to Holler. Like because it's amazing. Like the production is amazing. I love the video. I love the dark side production. I think it's in this level of perfect ingredients of R&B, but at the same time it's still pop. So I think it's perfection. The song is
Mm-hmm.
perfection, and actually it's a song. And I want to know your opinion. If you agree with me, I think you are agree. It's this kind of song that you play and you feel in a good mood. Like it's like a Sunday song for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like this kind of song that you play on Sunday when it's very sunny and when you are like in a park or something like enjoying the day. For me, Holler is like that. Actually, I also like to run, but I also like to skate sometimes. So this is a song that I used to skate because
Mm-hmm.
puts me in a very good mood all the time. So my favorite is Holler.
Oh, lovely. Great. What about you, Luquitas?
Well, obviously the three singles are very special to me, but I have to agree with Mal that is Holler because it's the type of song. I don't know if it makes me happy, but definitely puts me in a different atmosphere because I think it is the type of song that changes the room. I don't know if how I can explain, but you
Mm-hmm.
know the music video that they are in that pyramid in Portuguese.
Pyramid.
Pyramid.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
is like when I listen to the songs, like I go to that world, to a different place, to a
Mm-hmm.
different universe. I don't know. It's so unique. So for me, it's Holler for sure. The production is amazing. Sometimes it's kind of tricky because I feel like Kelly Key song Baba was kind of influenced by
Mm-hmm.
Holler. So every time that I
Mm-hmm.
listen, my
Mm-hmm.
brain
Mm-hmm.
makes the comparison, and sometimes the magic is kind of lost. But it is a magical song. It's Holler, yes.
Okay. My
What about
favorite. I love Holler. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But Goodbye has a special place in my heart. So I'm gonna go with Goodbye this time because it's so cute and it's so nostalgic and it's so sad sometimes when you listen to it. But I think it is the type of song that never dies. For me, when I first listened to it, I was like, "Oh, it sounds sad. It really does sound sad that you're saying goodbye."
Yeah.
But then, after you pay more attention to it and realize the meaning of the song and the words and the music behind, like the violins and stuff. I'm obsessed with that, with the whole production of the song.
Yeah.
So for me, it's beautiful, and that would be my favorite. But Holler is amazing. So yeah.
Yes.
But I think it's valid. Yeah, totally valid.
Yeah,
Because it's a
I think
it,
Goodbye is more pop than Holler,
Yeah.
so that's why I like it more. I don't know.
I don't really consider Goodbye like a single from Forever because it was released
Mm,
way before like 1998, and the whole
yeah.
direction of the album changed. At the beginning, they were not working with Dark Child. It was supposed to have
No, no,
different
no.
songs in this album, like some leaked, like for example, Right Back at Ya was very different. The original version, very pop, and there's
Mm-hmm.
some preview for other songs online that I hope it leaked someday, like Go Go Go, that it's very pop and very different. So I think that
Mm-hmm.
the direction of the album changed with time, and Goodbye was part of this first moment.
Yes, of course. Let's read now the comments. We have Joaquin. Hello, Joaquin. He says, I remember when Holler was released on the radio. My internet again.
but now
Yeah.
you're on. Now
Ay,
you're
esta
okay.
fregadera. Ah, can you
I
hear
don't
me
know.
okay?
Yes, I don't
Yes.
understand what she said, but I know that is a bad word.
Not so strong,
But it was a bad word.
but it was
It was
not
a
so.
bad word. I'm sorry. Okay. Joaquin, no. Joaquin is saying, I remember when Holler was released on the radio, and I was like, oh my god, what a great song. I remember seeing record stores filled with the CD maxi single and how they sold out. I had no idea that they were also playing solo songs of hers. I only knew about I Turn to You by Mel C. I never liked the cover art of the album Forever till today. That
Yeah.
makes us too, Joaquin. I don't like
Yeah.
that cover.
No one likes.
I don't know if you guys like the cover.
No.
No, no one. Um,
Okay.
hello, Norman. Norman is saying, Lucas, your hoodie is giving it.
Yeah, boy, from the Spice World Tour.
Of course.
It's my treasure.
um, says he has to go, but let's have fun. Bye, Adrian.
Bye,
Big
friend.
kiss. Um, jo-
We're gonna miss.
Joaquin says, for me, my favorite is Goodbye because it was released months after Jerry left. I remember the first time I saw the video, I was shocked. I didn't know they released something. They were still playing a lot of Viva Forever when it was released. On the
Yeah.
other hand, I think that song being released 2 years before the album doesn't really fit with the vibe of Forever. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Lucas was mentioning. And Norman says, one thing I noticed with the Forever era is that they gave the girls elements of earth, wind, water, and fire. Both
Yeah.
Holler and Let Love Lead the Way. Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they should have
As they were being,
used it. They should have used that on the cover.
yeah,
It would be so much better.
yeah, yeah, for sure. There are better pictures from that era, and the one that they chose is just terrible for me. But
Yeah.
anyway, okay. What is your favorite song? What is your favorite non-single from the album? And a song, I don't know if it's your favorite or the one that you wish was released as a single.
Okay, two different options for me. Talking about my favorite non-single, I was listening very carefully the album, the entire album today, because I know a lot of R&B elements are present in the album. So a lot of songs are good. I have to say that, and I have to say it's a very strong album. listening to Get Down with Me, it's like the perfect vibe for me. You know, it's like very
I knew
TLC,
it.
Destiny's Child. You know, like this kind of stuff. Even Maya, or like so. For me,
Mm-hmm.
this is an amazing song, and for me, it's my favorite non-single. Actually, a lot of songs in the album had this single potential. Like Get
Mhm.
Down with Me, Right Back at Ya. I don't understand why they never released a Right Back at Ya as a single. Like for me, that song had everything to be a single.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so any of those would have worked as singles, Mao.
Yes, for sure, absolutely.
Okay. What about you, Luquitas? Your favorite non-singles?
My favorite is Tell Me Why, and it's actually the one that I think
Mm-hmm.
that should have been a single. It was this close to be. It was supposed to be the next single. We had promos in some countries, and but it was canceled, unfortunately, because every time I listen, I can imagine a music video very US pop. I don't know, but I always imagine this very colorful, kind of like Dream, He Loves You Not,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
there's a
Mm-hmm.
break that
Mm-hmm.
was perfect for some choreography. And I don't know. I think the girls will look so beautiful because I create the whole video in my mind. So, uh, yeah, it was supposed to be, and it's my favorite song because I think is the production is very good, and at the same time it's kind of sweet. I love Emma's voice in that song. She sounds so cute, and I just love that song so
Mm-hmm.
much. It's my favorite in the album, and I wish we had a music video for that. Mariel's frozen again.
Yeah. I think my internet was gone again. Yeah. Can you hear me?
But yes,
Yes.
John.
Cheers.
Oh, esta chingadera ya me tiene harta. Bueno, ok. Okay. Great. I love your option. Tell me why, Luquitas. My personal favorite from this album is Get Down With Me, obviously, because it has the pop elements and, from the beginning to end, it is danceable, it's catchy, it's fresh. So for me, that would have been a great single, but also Wasting My Time. It's a perfect song, and I love Melanie
Yeah.
C over there because her voice is the one that stands out the most for me. So those two would have been my choices for follow up singles. And here, Norman says, my favorite songs are Weekend Love, Wasting My Time, Tell Me Why, and Get Down With Me. Weekend Love is so beautiful, right?
Yeah. And was almost a single as well. And this
Was
very
almost a
dark
single,
child.
yes.
Yes. Very dark child production. For me it's kind of similar to Ashley Ballard. It Was You, and I love both songs. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I never thought of that. And especially because, Mel B has this rap thing
rap,
on the
yes.
bridge. Yeah,
Yes, it's
great
Actually,
songs. Great songs.
actually, it's very similar to a song that is called "Put That on Everything" by Brandy. That is also a dark production. So
yeah.
it makes sense. Yeah.
Uh, okay. Now I want to ask you, Mao, do you have like a favorite lyric? Something that resonates to you, like, oh wow, this is so perfect. I love it.
Not so perfect. I have to re-listen over and over again to choose like a favorite for me. I love the songs that have this kind of reference, maybe to other songs, to other singers, to a previous album. And I was listening to Right Back at Ya, and this part, like not forgetting the days when we were all wannabes, making the reference to wannabe song. I love this kind of reference. So for me, this is the lyrics that I love the most. Right Back at Ya. Actually, the whole song for me is good. I want to know, guys, and I want to ask you: you think, or they were throwing shade over Jerry in this song because all the time they are saying like, oh, "Okay, the four of us, we are back. We are." What do you think about it? I want to know if they were throwing shade on Jerry.
Oh, probably.
Yes,
I think
you think
so.
so?
Yes.
It
Yes.
Okay.
was most likely.
Yeah. Mel
Yes.
B loves a
It is
shade,
most
so
likely.
Okay.
yes.
Okay, for me that's the perfect lyrics for me because it's like okay, we are together, we are for now, we are like yes, for me it's perfect. And the reference, I love the reference. Mariel is frozen again.
I feel like on television when they are like, okay, okay, we are live,
Yes,
and
yes.
the
Are you
person
there?
is
Are you
waiting.
there? Yeah.
It's really funny. Now she's gone for real.
Now she's
Yes.
fine. Okay, but yeah,
Yes.
I was so curious to know about the shade because it's on my mind. I'm imagining that, or maybe they are throwing shade.
No, I think so because Mel B loves a shade, and in that time they were like in the media sometimes saying stuff like that for Jerry, like the Brit Awards and things like this. Joaquin saying, "Sing, Lucas. This is my time to sing." Mariel is back.
Mariel, are you there?
Yes, again. Yes, I'm here.
Yes,
I'm sorry, Lucas. I didn't catch what you were saying.
I don't know what I was saying. I just say that
Shade,
maybe it
shade.
was a shade. Yes, maybe it was, yes, a shade for Jerry because Mel B
Oh, oh,
especially
okay, okay,
loves a
okay.
shade. Yes.
Mm, okay. So, what are your favorite lyrics?
For me, I think is that part in "Let Love Lead the Way" when they say you can be all that and still can be who you are. You gotta know for sure. You know that part,
Mm,
because this song is one of the songs that brings more nostalgia in me because it was a moment that I was super into MTV and the music video was there all the time. I remember seeing the video and thinking everything was so beautiful, especially Emma with the green dress and everything. So I remember when this song was playing here in Brazil, I made a vacation, a trip with my family to the beach, and was very special because was all my cousins and everything. We had so much fun, and I remember the song playing on the radio all the time. So it's very nostalgic to me. And when I had the chance to see the Spice Girls 2019, when they sing the song, was like a movie in my head, like saying, "Oh my God, everything that I experienced as a kid, and now I'm here." And the lyrics are very empowering, saying like the word's not easy, like it's gonna let you down, but you can be strong and let the love lead the way, and everything will work out fine. So it was like a catharsis to me. So I really love that song. Actually, all
mm-hmm.
the lyrics, but this part is special. You can be all that and still can be who you are. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, that's great. Very, very good. Good, very good.
What about you,
Um,
Mariel?
my personal favorite is Goodbye. Yeah, Goodbye has a beautiful lyrics. Because it begins like, "Listen, little child." It's like telling somebody, like explaining a little kid, right? How saying goodbye happens and what it means. So for me, this part: "Look for the rainbow in every storm. Find out for certain love's gonna be there for you, and you'll always be someone's baby." That
Wow.
part for me is wow, like terrific. It's so beautiful, and I
Yeah.
always think about Look for the rainbow in every storm. I'm like, every time I look up to the sky, I'm like, there's someone watching over me, and I'll always be someone's baby. In this case, um, people that has gone by that are no longer here with us are there watching us.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what it represents.
Yes.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And let's remember once again that the girls were the ones writing the songs. That is very special to remember when it comes to lyrics,
Yes.
because it's all by them. It's all by their experience and hearts. So it's really special.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mariel.
Mariel is frozen, so I'm gonna read the
Uh,
comments. Or
Yeah. Go
are
ahead.
you okay? Our friend Norman
read the
says
comments.
time.
Read the comments.
Okay, time goes by. Isabella, I originally hated, but it grew on me after I took the time to really listen to the lyrics. To be honest, is the one that I can't with that album. It's the only one that I skip. Oxygen, I don't love it, but I can listen. But time goes by is not my favorite for sure. And Joaquin said, I hope that the one day the Spanish version of Let Lovely the Way, which they recorded and kept under lock and key, will be leaked soon. Yeah, who knows? Because a lot of songs by then are leaking lately. And we have the 25th anniversary coming this November, and usually they release special editions. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You wish.
uh, I was gonna say, yeah, that the same. That time goes by and oxygen are the ones that I skipped.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Are
know if
kind
you
of
pay
boring.
attention to those songs, Mao.
No, actually, I was thinking because the album was very present on my mind, like the titles, but I don't remember Time Goes By. When you mentioned Oxygen, it's a song that I didn't like so much, but when it came about Time Goes By, I can't remember. I can't.
That explains a lot, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And we are living. If you want to have some fun beside, and that is a good song too. I
Yeah.
love that. It's the song that where Victoria stands out the most.
Yeah. I really like this song, especially the end, because Emma is singing the same thing over and over again. Are you having
Yeah.
fun? You know? And I love her voice. And
Yeah.
she does kind of similar in Naked and something kind of fun that the song is ending and she's singing the same thing. And I really love that. And this
Mm,
song was a promo single in some countries with a
Yes.
music video playing with a lot of footage of the Spice Girls, but was not official and worldwide.
mm.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
it's a
okay.
shame.
Yeah, and it's very
So,
explicit. Me, I was thinking about the song. There is a R&B song called "Freak Like Me" by Adina Howard that is very similar.
Oh, really? Send me. I want to
mhm.
listen.
Yes, for sure, friend. In the moment that I was listening to that song, I was thinking like, "Oh, this is very similar to "Freak Like Me" by Adina Howard," and I think it's a Dark Side production too, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. A dark
Okay. I
child.
hope I'm not leaving Dark Child. Yeah, I hope I'm not leaving anything behind of the questions I sent you. Uh, yeah, no, that was it. From the questions that I sent to you guys, that I want to know, how would you rank the album, Mao, from 1 to 10?
Okay, from 1 to 10, I have to be very fair. Not talking about my taste in music because, for example, I don't like the vocals in the album. I don't like their voices. Because for me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like the voices are not good for me. Not so good. They are not bad. Don't get me wrong, but in some songs, I don't think they sounds so good, but even taking into account that, I give the album a 7 because it's a good produced album. It's a strong album. You are listening to an album and you know that is good when you say something like, "Oh, this song can be a single," you know. "Oh, this song has single potential," and everything in this album has single potential, like a lot of songs. So yes, I have to be fair with that, and it's a 7 for me.
Okay. What about you, Lucas?
I understand what Mao is saying about the vocals, uh, which is funny because for me as a fan, I think this album is one step ahead when it comes to vocals. You know, they improve it so much, but at the same time, when you compare to other singers that worked with Dark Child, of course they were not the strongest. It is obvious, but for me, this album is 8. I think it could be stronger. Is like for me is amazing, but I think could be even more stronger. And I don't know why, because I think it aged well, but at the time it it was kind of hard to digest, you know, even when it was very similar to a lot of things on radio. I think
Yeah,
because it was the Spice Girls sounded kind of off because they came from such a pop world and pop albums. So I think was not something that stick it, you know, for the fans to continue to listen
Mm-hmm.
and being
Mm-hmm.
obsessed all the time. But as you grow up and you continue to listen, you can understand the the meaning of the album, what they wanted, the direction they were going with that. But thinking about 2000, I think it could be better. I think they were not like very focused on really promote the music. So I think that maybe there was a time when they were like, okay, we gotta release it. That's all we got. We're gonna do our best here, take some pictures, and bye bye. You know. So I think it could be a 10, but for me it's an 8.
for
Yeah,
you?
I definitely agree. I agree, Luquitas. I think that they recorded this album just to please the fans and release one more album just to, like, let's please the fans, even though Jerry is not here anymore. But I would also rank it as an 8, because I do feel that there is something missing. Not that the songs aren't great. I mean, I believe they are beautiful, but something feels missing. Or maybe because we were used to seeing the 5 girls and now it's just 4. Maybe we needed the Jerry's, vibe in it. Maybe it's because of that, but I still love it. I mean, it's a wonderful album, but for me, it's an 8 too.
Yeah, yeah.
Agree.
Norman says the album was a good effort, but nowhere close to the essence of what Spice Girls are. Yes, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Norminunu,
And
I agree.
I gotta say, I think the whole Jerry solo thing really got the girls, because back then
Mm-hmm.
that there was a little competition, and when they saw Jerry like with number one after number one as a solo artist, I think they really uh, wanted to make this album to prove a point. You know, like, we don't need you, we are growing, we are doing something totally different. Doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
if it's a number one or not, we are artists. I think it was kind of what happened as well. So a lot of things behind the scenes with this album.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree. Definitely. It's and I wish that they would have done a tour to to listen to them singing these songs live, but I don't think there are any of these songs that we were talking about live. any
No.
any shows or anything, and even when they have gotten back together, they don't sing songs from forever, and they should sing
Only
more
the
songs
singles, yes.
from
Holler,
Yeah,
Let Love Lead
from
the
the
Way,
album.
Goodbye. Yes, that's all.
Yeah,
need,
but they should include, if they are doing a comeback, I believe that they should include more of this song so that the fans and people can have it more like present. Like, oh yeah, there's this album too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would love
don't
that
leave
for
it.
sure.
Yeah. Hmm. Do you think there's gonna be an upcoming tour, Lucas?
I think so. I don't believe that Victoria will be part of it, to be honest. But I think it's definitely a new tour. Like the girls are really, especially Mel B, always want to be on tour. So I think yes, I think so. But Victoria, I think she's gonna be part of something different because I have the feeling that there's a lot of projects coming, and she will be involved on some of them, but on tour, I don't believe that.
Mm. What do you think, Mel?
I don't know. What a difficult question, Mario. Okay, I don't know. For the fans, maybe for the fans, but I don't know because I don't follow the girls. I don't follow their projects. Actually, I don't follow any of them, so I don't know, mi Mario. But I hope. I don't know. For the fans, I hope.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Look how
more
beautiful
more
Melby
than a
looks
tour.
here.
Okay. Yeah, because
Oh,
she's stunning. Yeah,
I
she's
love
stunning.
this picture. Yes,
Yeah.
go
yes,
ahead. Just wanted to show.
lovely.
What about you, mi
Maybe
Mario?
not
What
a
do you
tour. I don't think a tour would work. I mean, yes, it would work. Obviously, it would be crowded, but I think a new music should be released. They should, just dare and say we're gonna record a new album, and I believe it would do great because they still have a lot of fan base. They are very popular, so I think a new album would help to make them even bigger and not just tour with the old songs. I mean, yes, doing that is good, but also including new songs would be awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, now that you mentioned that, there is something that I want to say. Even when I'm not a huge fan, I have to admit that even when three albums, they are huge. They were big. Like, I mean, very huge worldwide, like selling a lot of copies of the albums, millions, like the concerts, everything. So this is the perfect example of a sensation, So for me,
Phenomenon.
it's
Yes.
something that I applaud by them, like being so huge,
Mhm.
even with three albums,
Yeah.
they were
And
huge.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's
no,
not easy.
and this is something that makes the fans always chasing new things and begging
Oh,
for leaked
we
songs
promote,
because we don't have
yes.
much, you know,
No,
and we know that there's a lot in the vault of them like recorded and never released it. So yeah,
Hmm.
there's a rumor, Mariel, that they recorded a new song, name it "Girls Just Wanna Have Fun: A Night to Remember," in one of those websites where they make the song register. Is there.
Hmm.
So the title makes me think not only in a new song but also a tour, "A Night to Remember." Maybe would be the title.
Hmm.
I don't know. So, but it's a rumor right now. Let's see what happens.
okay.
No, that would be great. I would
Yeah.
love that for sure. Norman is saying, "Go away with that, Lucas. We want Vicky back."
I'm not saying I don't want Victoria, but I rather not expect. So if she decides to join, it would be like a beautiful surprise
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. Seeing the five of them will always be cool. Um, Joaquin says, "What about headlines? I think it should have been bigger." Uh,
Mm,
I don't know. Headlines never gave me that like, wow, it's a fantastic single.
same,
No,
same.
I mean, it's it's good, but it's not like wow.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I agree. Like, even back then, I wasn't like very happy with the song. I listened a little because it was the Spicy Girls, but there was a lot of things going on in music in 2007, so the song was not like magical in my
Yeah,
opinion. Could be better.
no, and it doesn't have the Spice vibe, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you remember that song, Mao?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
No, that's for that's for the fans. Actually, Joaquin is saying, Mao, you two can be a Spice Boy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't
It,
know.
it it was a single they released in 2007 when they come back for the first time for a tour.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that. Yes, you know I'm not a fan, but
Yeah, yeah.
I totally respect what they've done in pop world and in pop music. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I agree with you, Mariel. Let's manifest a new Spice Girl album. Yes, Norman. Let's tweet the girls or on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and tell them we want the new album. That's how they can hear us.
That would be
So,
amazing.
well, I think yeah, I think that was it about this episode. But we still have our collection moment and our obsession section 2. So I want to start with Mao. What is your current obsession?
Ah, okay. Talking about the obsession, according to my last FM. Uh, yesterday I was in Medellin and I visited the Comuna 13. That is a very famous neighborhood there because in the past this neighborhood was so violent and dangerous to visit, and now it's a place to visit because it's very touristic and everything. So it was very good to be there. I never been in this place before, and of course in Medellin they love Karol G. And in
Mm-hmm.
that moment, I was listening to a Karol G song that is called Amargura. It was my first time listening to that song. And I was attached to that song in the very first moment, like the lyrics are like perfect. So and in the moment that I was back here in Bogota, I was listening to the song over and over again on the lyrics and everything. So my obsession of the week is Karol G Amargura. It's a very good song.
Oh, I
Okay.
love the pictures that you
Great.
took in this
Oh,
place.
thank you, friend. Thank you. I
Yes.
had a really good time with my coworkers. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I was giving you likes with all
Oh,
my accounts.
lovely.
Thank you, friend.
Like the collection, my store, everyone.
Thank you, friend. Yes, I saw that. I saw that, and I was like, oh, okay, okay. My friend
Yeah.
loved me. No doubt about it.
Yes.
I think why you're so obsessed with me, right?
No. No, no, no.
But it's a good
Uh,
obsession.
and what is your
Yeah.
yeah? What is your obsession, Lucky Lulu?
To be honest, I'm obsessed with so many things that I can even start. Like, I think the main obsession is again Kiki Palmer's song "Afford." I think I mentioned here before as an obsession, and I'm still listening to that song a lot. I love that song, but I'm in a moment that I'm very obsessed with the things that I love it as a kid. Like, I'm listening to M2M, Britney, Backstreet Boys, the basic that we love a lot, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
also that girl group Bellfire that I think Mariel is
Yeah.
familiar with.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, I've been watching the live performances because they were really good singing live. They had that decors vibe, that is very pop, but at the same time is more adult, contemporary, and I really
Mm-hmm.
like those girls. There's something weird about those girls, and at the same time fascinating. I don't know, because they all look very normal, but at the same time very beautiful. I don't know. It's weird, but I'm kind of obsessed with them right now. Bellfire.
They're very good. They're very good.
Yes.
I like them.
What about you? I'm gonna
Um.
grab my CDs because I forget, but I'm listening. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. My current obsession is Tate McRae's Revolving Door. Cause I keep coming back like a revolving door. I don't know. That song has me like playing it all the time. I play on the gym. I play it here in my house. So for me, it's like really cool. Um, Actually, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of nowadays music, but there are some singers that are really trying to save good pop music, and I think Tate McRae is one of those. And this song, "Revolving Door" in particular, is one that screams, "Let's bring pop music back." So that's my current obsession.
Yes, I like
I was
her.
Yes, I was about to say that, Mariel, that this proof that it's like valid to be open to new music because you can be surprised and gladly surprised in this
Yeah,
case. It's amazing, Mariel. Yes,
yeah,
because you all the time say that maybe you don't like nowadays music, but sometimes it kind of
Yeah.
surprises that. So it's amazing. I
Yeah.
like that so much.
yeah. It is hard for me to open up to so many singers that are coming nowadays because I'm so close to my personal favorites that I'm like,
Yes,
meh. I'm always like, I don't know. But once you give them a try, it's like, okay, maybe I can.
yeah,
There are some I don't like. There are some I don't like, that's for sure. But there are others that I like. I feel
Yeah.
like
yes,
are good. So
You gotta
yeah,
try. Yes.
yes, yes. It's a matter
Sports
of time.
car. Sports car is so good by her. It's very Pussycat Dolls. I love
sports
that song.
car. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, it reminds me of buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta
Um,
give it a girl because it's
Yeah.
not
This song, Mao Sports
yeah,
Car, I think you're going to like it.
you're gonna
It's
okay.
very
like it.
sexy.
You're gonna like
Yes.
it.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah. And what is part of your collection today, Mao? What part of your collection do you want to share with us?
Okay, today I was thinking like what I want to share with you, and I want to share. I think US never had a Spice Girl version of a US Spice Girls version for them. You know, like a US version of the Spice Girl. They tried a lot, but they were
Mhm.
trying so hard, and this is a gift by my friend Mariel. She gave me this album,
Um,
and I want to give a shout out to this album because now it's available on Spotify. But it's a
Yeah.
treasure for me because it was not available in the past, and Mariel gave me. It's an album that I really like. I think US was trying to make like the Spice Girls like so hard. Like we want to have our Spice Girls. They never, they never. It was never successful for them. But this is a very good album, and I love a lot of songs. It's very bubblegum. This kind of mixing R&B with pop, and it's like the perfect representation of 2001. And it was a gift from my girl
mhm.
Mariel. So I want to show this to you because I wanted this
Lovely.
album. Yeah,
Oh, I'm so
and now it's
happy.
broken.
I'm so
And
happy,
now
Mao.
it's
And for those who can't see like me because I'm blind, is Eden's Crush, the album, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's a good
Miss the album.
I never mentioned the album.
No.
It's Eden's Choice Popstar, like yeah, the
Okay.
Popstar
Yeah.
edition from US.
Album. Yes.
Get over yourself, no.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
yourself.
And what about you, Luquitas?
Mm. I'm gonna show you the new West that I already did in off, but I'm gonna show to the audience because I mentioned here the last episode that I had this Stacie Orrico single coming. That is, yes, the UK version from There's Gotta Be More to Life.
Our queen.
Uh, yeah, the version in cardboard sleeve. And from the same seller, I got the European single for Are You Happy Now by Michelle Branch. Yes, that I really love.
Great.
It's really beautiful. I love the cover. I love her with the long hair. I love this picture. And Tiziano Ferro, Perverso, is my favorite song by him and is a European promo, so there's only one track. But I was really surprised to find those three singles in a Brazilian store in a very good price. So I'm happy with those.
No, great. Great chairs.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
What about you, mi Mariel? What
um,
do you want to tell us?
I'm sharing one that is really, like common, but for me, I'm right now listening to it a lot, and a song from this album really relates to how I feel. So it's Britney Spears, Britney Jean.
Okay.
I love this album, and the song "Alien" is my favorite song by Britney. So this song, and I relate to it so much that I can't stop playing it. It's a very underrated album, to be honest. A lot of people hate it. I personally adore it, but there are some really good bops in here. So
Okay.
I think people should give it a bigger try because it's really good, and Britney looks beautiful in here. She always called this a very personal album, and I think it really is. So, well, for me, this is part of my collection and what I wanted to share with you tonight.
Yeah. It's crazy how different is the perspective. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting anyone to love that album, so
You never know. You never know.
yeah,
Like that's what, or the power of music, or the lyrics, or some specific
yeah,
song that can make you change your mind. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Absolutely.
how it
yes.
works.
It's about connection. Yes, yes.
Yes. But anyway, thank you everybody for being here with us in this episode. We had a lot of fun, and I think it was very interesting for Mao and for us to listen to Mao's perspective
Yeah,
and
yes.
opinions about the Spice Girls album, because we know how he's not a fan, like Luquitas and I am. But it's always good to have someone else's point of view, and and well, in everything, not just in this type of areas, which is music. In everything, it's always good to have different opinions. So thank you, Mao. Thank you for giving yourself the try, and listening to this album.
No, friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Luquitas. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I want to say thank you, everyone watching. Thank you for the comments to our friends. Thank you, Mao, for giving a try in this album. I agree with Mariel. I think the highest uh, point of this episode was to listen to you and know your perspective because it's
Hmm.
obvious how much me and Mariel uh, love this album. We love that album in Spice Girls. So thank you for being open for listen, and thank you everyone watching. Thank you Mariel for the topic. It's always a pleasure to talk about the Spicy Girls, and I'm glad I didn't cry today because usually I do when I talk about them.
Okay, well, it was great that you didn't cry, and I'm so sorry for my stupid internet that wasn't working today very
Oh, it
good as I was
happens.
expecting it to. But well, take care, everybody, and we will see you next week with more
Oh,
pop
me
content.
Mariel. Sorry, there is something that I want to say. Sorry. Now that Lucas and you mentioned this, this was amazing for me because